Many times when you hear a celebrity has launched their brand, the reaction for most people is like, oh no, not another celebrity brand. But sometimes we actually get great celebrity brands that not only stand the test of time but become case studies in how to do business. And I believe the 3 celebrity brands we're going to be looking at today, Rhode Skin, Fenty Beauty and Rare Beauty, are some of these examples. And if I were to start a celebrity brand myself, I would definitely just copy the strategies that these brands have used. I'm Jepkoch Kandagor and I am obsessed with studying consumer behavior. As much as many people frown upon celebrities starting their brands, I would say that being a celebrity is like a shortcut to marketing because you already have a fan base that you can convert into customers. In the past we had celebrities, today we have influencers, but one of the most advantageous things for being in the public eye is parasocial relationships, and these are deep, intimate, one-sided relationships that people in the audience or the fans develop with their favorite celebrity or influencer. And this becomes such an advantage in business because these kinds of people will always buy whatever their favorite influencer or celebrity is selling, and that means that you already have your first batch of customers. But that doesn't mean that you just need to be a celebrity and everything is just gonna fall into place. I believe there are 3 things that a successful celebrity brand needs. I call it the trinity, and that is an impactful celebrity, a compelling story, and a great product. And these are the tenets that I'll be using to focus on the 3 celebrity brands that I've picked. And let's get right into it with Rhode Skin. And this has been created by Hailey Bieber, an American model and entrepreneur. She's also the wife of Justin Bieber. And I would say that is where a lot of her celebrity comes from because she is living the life that a lot of people want to. She got married to the teenage crush of many people. That puts her at an aspirational level, and she has done a great job at turning that aspiration into a business. The first thing that comes to mind when I think about Rhode Skin, I think of glazed skin. And before I actually researched about this company, the only touch points that I'd had with it is through earned media, through the press. The company is currently 3 years old and it actually just got acquired in the summer for about $1 billion. Rhode Skin focuses on providing skincare essentials and they're really known for their lip products. I really love their approach to the product packaging that they have because it reads a soft and feminine woman that is also very confident in who they are. One of the things that really shocked me about this brand is the fact that they're really focused on creating products that are good for your skin over time. That's one of their value propositions. And they use professionals and dermatologists. They're really heavy on scientifically proven products, research-backed ingredients, and they even have a skin advisory board. This was something that was quite shocking because I don't think it's something that has been heavily highlighted in their storytelling. Their value proposition is to restore, protect, and nurture the skin you have now for lasting results that reveal themselves over time. That is very compelling. But again, it's not something very special because there's so many other brands out there that can do the same. When you look at their founder's message, they're also reiterating their dedication to making products based in science and great formulation. They want to simplify many of the mysteries and complex narratives behind efficacious skincare, and they want these products to be your go-to essentials that can live in your bathroom, be your favorite travel companion, improve your skin over time, and keep your skin happy and hydrated. When you read this and then think about the images that they use, they match so perfectly because they use this image of someone that has really glowy skin, that looks healthy, that looks clean, that looks effortless. In fact, one of the things that comes to mind when I look at the overall branding of Rhode Skin is the clean girl TikTok trend. And a clean girl is someone who is effortless, is someone who is chic, is someone who is sophisticated. On paper, this is a great brand, but it could be any other skincare brand out there. But what they've done to make this a powerful brand is really weaving Hailey in there. And because she's sort of an inspiration for people, they've really made this company more like an invitation into her universe. She's really at the forefront of this brand right from the marketing materials, and it felt like it's very influencer coded. One of the things that I found really fascinating on their website, they have a vlog section. It creates that sense of passion that Hailey has for this brand, and also the fact that she wants to create a community of people that believe in the things that she believes in. I also found it so incredible that this brand is very much focused on investing in women, and they actually partner with a couple of charities through the Road Futures Foundation, and they've pledged a minimum of 1% of sales to support organizations that actively dismantle barriers that impede women in their careers and limit their access to healthcare. Overall, they do have a compelling story. And then we have Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez, an artist and entrepreneur. And first thing that comes to mind when I think about this brand is mental health and disability awareness, and all of this from the word of mouth that I've seen about the brand. And Selena herself has so much impact as a celebrity. I mean, at one point I think she was the most followed person icon on Instagram, and a lot of people have seen her grow literally in the public eye. Rare Beauty sells a variety of beauty products. They are well known for their blushes. I like that a lot of their products have this colorful and earthy tones, which gives this element of being grounded, and that really goes well with their story. When you look at the packaging of their products, they prioritize circular shapes, and they also have a flowy design that reminds me of rocks in water in a river. But I would say that there's really nothing that stands out about these products. They just look like good products, and that's why I think their strength comes from their story, because this doesn't feel like a beauty brand. It feels like a feel-good company that just happens to sell beauty products. Their leading story is about the impact that they have on the world, on different kinds of people. In their About Us section, they say that Rare Beauty is breaking down unrealistic standards of perfection, and their founder's message is, being rare is about being comfortable with yourself. I've stopped trying to be perfect, I just want to be me. This perfectly aligns with Selena Gomez, because she has grown up in the public eye and she has faced a lot of bullying over time, whether it's because of how she looks, whether it's because of her weight. And there's no one better to tell you about the power of accepting yourself as you are, as someone who has gone through all of that in the public eye. She's also shared her own mental and physical health struggles publicly, and she uses this as the foundation to really push out the message of Rare Beauty, which is about people accepting themselves and people being kind and mental health awareness. But they're not just talking about it, they're also putting their money where their mouth is. I did see on their website that 1% of Rare Beauty's annual sales go directly to Rare Impact Fund to expand mental health services in undeserved communities. Rare Beauty is also one of the first beauty brands to actually highlight disability and to innovate for disability, because a lot of their products are easy to handle, especially for people that have joint problems.
One of my favorite things about all of our products is we try to make them accessible for people who have dexterity problems. I have arthritis, so sometimes I don't have the strongest hands to maybe unscrew something, or I don't know, sometimes it's just a little hard. That's me. But I wanted it to be easy. So all you have to do, there's no cap, you just turn it till you hear that click. And just, you could use your whole hand and just spray it away.
Again, disability is something that is highly ignored in the society that we're in. And so she's really done a great job at using the experiences that she has had in her own personal life to create a brand that is highlighting all these problems that are ignored largely by society, because it makes a lot of people feel seen, and that's more important than anything. And you know, a lot of people could say it's just beauty products, it's not that deep. But you see, the thing is, you realize very quickly as a human being that having choices, having options is much more important than saying, oh, something is unnecessary for me. There's really something about going into a store and getting something that matches perfectly where you are in life, whether you're disabled, whether you're not disabled, without feeling like you're left out. And so what Rare Beauty has really gotten is the fact that people want to feel seen, people want to feel understood, and they've really stepped in to close that gap. And they've created products that can help people to participate in what other people are participating in. Even if you think beauty is just frivolous, even disabled people have a right to participate in frivolousness if that's what they want, without feeling left out. And then we have Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. And I actually don't know how to say her name. Is it Rihanna? Rihanna? She's an artist and entrepreneur. And actually, Fenty Beauty is co-owned with LVMH, saying it in French. The first thing that comes to mind when I hear of Fenty Beauty is inclusivity, fun, innovation, and creativity. One of the key things about Rihanna is that she's from Barbados and she moved to the United States at quite a young age, and she's been able to have such breakout success, and that's why she's a story of inspiration for a lot of people. And this brand was actually established in 2017. That's about 8 years ago. My goodness. That's fantastic. A lot of businesses don't even go past the 3rd year or the 5th year of business. So getting to 8 years, that's quite a huge feat. And Fenty Beauty produces a wide variety of beauty products, very wide, but they're mostly known for their complexion products like skin tint, foundation. And actually, one of the things that put them on the map is when they launched with over 40 shades of foundation. That is something that was quite revolutionary in the beauty industry, because a lot of the times most brands would just launch with few foundations, and then after a backlash for not being inclusive, they would expand. But Fenty Beauty right from the start was like 40 shades. We give you 40 shades. I find that their products are so beautiful to look at. Their packaging is just on another level, and they use different shapes like the pentagons and the hexagons, which makes the packaging more compelling actually. They also play with color. You'll find purples and oranges and reds, but what is really notable is how everything is so balanced. They use colors in a way that it's not overwhelming, so they really create something like a colorful minimalism. And when you look at how they name their products, it's so fantastic. It's fun, it's creative. I saw one called How Many Carats, there's one called Whiskey. This fun and creative side is something that is very Rihanna. She comes from Barbados, which is a Caribbean country, and the Caribbean people are just fun, they're lively, and you can literally see this when you look at Fenty Beauty products. You don't even need a salesperson to explain it to you. And when you look at the different messages they have on their website, they have one like dare to do something new or different, explore makeup that's meant to be played with. When you look at their mission statement, I would say it's more than just makeup, it's a mission with a vision. Serving foundation that put every tone on the map, launching color that created new ways of being, and seeing with loaded pigments and freestyle formulas. And actually, while I was looking at the website, there's this product, I think it's a new primer. My goodness, the way the packaging looks is just fantastic. I really don't know how they're able to layer that, but my goodness, they're so creative. And now we get to the key takeaways or the similarities that all these brands have, and first is hero products. All these celebrity brands are known for at least one product. Rhode Skin, it's their lip products that I also think you can use for your cheeks, your eyes if you want to. For Rare Beauty, it's their blushes. For Fenty Beauty, it's their complexion products like foundation and skin tint. And this is a great lesson for anyone that wants to get into business. When you're starting out, it's better to be known for one thing so that you can invite people into a universe fast. Because when you're just throwing everything out there, it's really hard to find an audience. And this is why you always hear people talking about, even in content creation, start with one niche so that you can be able to attract people, and once you've done so, you can expand your universe. These brands also have impactful celebrities. These are celebrities who have created deep emotional attachments with their fan bases, with their audiences. They've done so over a long period of time. As much as they're celebrities, a lot of people feel like they understand them. They are relatable to some level. And this is also because they've shared their vulnerabilities. They've shared the things that they've struggled with in their own lives, and this has created deeper relationships with other people. I also find that their products are absolutely beautiful. They are Instagrammable. They make people want to show off that they bought them. A lot of people are spending time on social media and people want to share what they're using. But more than that, people also want to share their universes with others. And having beautiful products is going to help other people to really signal what their universes are all about. These brands really understood this from the start, and they ensured that their products are meeting their social first target customer. Another key thing is that the names of these brands are very simple, they're memorable, they're optimized for search. One thing about starting a business, you do not want to name your business something that is hard for people to say, because if people can't say it, they're not going to remember it, and if they can't remember it, they can't search for it, and if they can't search for it, they can't share it with other people. These products are also fairly affordable. A lot of them are below $50, and that's actually quite genius because they're creating a product that is not very cheap, because that would cheapen the celebrity brand, but it's also not too expensive that is going to look out a lot of the people that would get money from. I would also say that Fenty and Rhode Skin are really great studies for e-commerce. When you look at their website, my goodness, if you are someone that wants to get into e-commerce, you should study their websites. And I would say the most important thing they should take away from these brands is definitely how they've done their storytelling. Right now, you can't say that you're just creating a quality product because there's so many quality products out there. The thing that is going to make you stand out is your story, your storytelling, and focusing on emotional storytelling. And this is what celebrity brands like these ones have done so perfectly, because they're really not selling you a product, they're selling you a vibe, they're selling you a community. And that's something that is really tagging at people's emotions and feelings. It's something that you can't put a price on. We're in the age of where you'll make money based on how you make people feel, not on telling people buy this because it's quality. Quality doesn't matter anymore. Another important aspect is that these brands have really focused on pushing their brand stories through earned media, other websites, journalists, articles, because earned media is always going to give you more credibility than you just constantly talking about what you're doing. And it was actually quite fun to read about these celebrity brands. And of course, right now the biggest problem for not just the celebrity brands but many other businesses is going to be how to keep current business in a declining consumer spend market. For majority of people, the economy is not doing great, and a lot of people are cutting down on spending, especially on things like beauty, because it's not a need. And so it's going to be quite interesting to see whether these brands survive the test of time.